when Hermansen dropped that ball at the end of the game last night, my heart simultaneously dropped at the same time. It really was, and I thought that was it. I thought that was the moment we were going to throw two more valuable points away, and not win a game again, which we should have won. And it wasn't to be. Thankfully, that decision went in our favour. We held on for a massive 3 points in the context of our season. And yeah, it was a big sigh of relief when that final whistle finally went after the referee adding on a ridiculous amount of time. Massive result. Big win. And yeah, I'm buzzing today off the back of that. May have noticed I'm wearing an Iron Threads polo. It's just coming into golf season for anyone that plays golf, and these polos quite nice to play golf in, if I say so myself. So yeah, check them out. I'll put the link in the description, and go and have a look. And obviously, if you can like and subscribe to my channel, that'd be much appreciated. So Fulham 0, West Ham United 1. A massive result, as I say. Massive win in the context of our season. We get 3 valuable points. It is a real shame that we don't climb out of the bottom 3 with that result. Forest getting an unexpected point at City. Really soured last night a little bit. It did sour it a little bit. I can't lie. I was watching as soon as the final whistle went. I flicked straight over to the City game, and they had a goalmouth scramble. I don't know if many people saw it at the end of that game, and I thought, just go in, and that will be a real good night. But it wasn't to be. But it wasn't 3 points. We still gained 2 points on Forest. And we'll obviously see what happens with Spurs and Palace tonight, and see how many points, if any, we can gain on Spurs. In terms of the actual performance, though, I don't know what you guys thought of it. I actually thought it was quite a bad performance. When I say bad, I just think it was a bad game. I thought both teams seemed off of it. It just didn't. It never really got going. It was cagey. It was a lot of second balls, battles for the ball. It was just. It wasn't one for the purists. I'll be honest, and I don't think we were great. I don't think we were great. But having said that, we've played well this season and not picked up the 3 points. So it is actually a bit of a relief to not play well and pick up the 3 points. And it does bode well for the rest of the season. If we can grind out more victories like that, then that is a definite plus for us. Because if you think about the other wins that we've had this season, I wouldn't say there's any that we didn't play particularly well. I think all the games we've won, we've actually played well in, which shows that when you don't play well, you're probably going to lose. So that was a big result last night in terms of we didn't play well, but we grinded out a big 3 points. I actually thought I said before the game in my preview I was hoping for a 4-4-2, to be honest with you, and Nuno went with it. And when I saw the lineup before the game, I was quite happy with it. I do feel like it contributed to that poor performance that I talked about, though, because we just didn't seem to be able to build up any play. And 4-4-2 is not a particularly great formation for building up play. It's more of a team that we're sort of getting in a compact shape and then hit on the break with 2 forwards. And but Fulham actually played quite deep. I don't know if Marco Silva sort of preempted us playing that sort of counter-attacking game plan. I mean, that is all we've really got at the moment in our Arsenal. And he sort of spread the pitch quite wide. He let his defensive line be quite deep, which surprised me. I thought the defence would push up and that would give us space to run in behind. But it's almost like Marco Silva just thought that's going to be their game plan. Let's stretch the pitch, so that the distance between Fulham's forwards and their defenders was quite big. And I think that contributed as well to quite a scrappy game, because there wasn't any rhythm in it. It was quite scrappy in that respect. And also, when one of your 2 midfielders is Thomas Souček, who I love, by the way. I'm not digging Souček out by any means, but I think Souček is on the pitch for what he contributes in both boxes. And even last night, he made a really important sort of clearance. I think it was in the first half in our box, and that is what you have Thomas Souček on the pitch for, because in general build-up play, he's not great. And I think it took 25 minutes of the game last night for him to look forward. Every time he got it, he just sort of looked back and passed back to one of his centre-halves or a full-back. And look, one thing I do like about Souček is he knows his limitations. He doesn't try things that he's not capable of doing. But sometimes you just got to have a bit more confidence in yourself and step forward on the ball. So we are very much reliant on Fernandes building us up, and I think that it just didn't work. I also didn't like our goal kicks in that first half. Hermansen passing the ball to Disasi, who was on his left foot, his unfavoured foot, and he was just sort of swinging it, and it was going straight to a Fulham player every time, and then they would just get on top of us. It was it was clearly not working. I feel like we struggled in that first half. Although we started well, I think they had a shot within 30, 40 seconds, whatever it was. But yeah, I think the first half wasn't great to watch. I'll come on to the referee and stuff in a minute, and the decisions and the controversy behind it. But yeah, generally speaking, I don't think it was a great first half. Second half, we came out with more intensity. Looked like we actually thought, right, we need to go on and win this game. But even still, I don't think there was a lot of quality from either side for the whole 90 minutes, and it was just that real moment of quality from Somerville. But in terms of the referee, I do want to talk about it because I thought he was awful last night. I have to say, when he appeared on the screen at the start of the game, I thought, I've never heard of this referee before, which is quite unusual. And I thought, well, let's see what he's about. And I thought he was awful. I really did think he was awful. I think he got a lot of decisions wrong. Obviously, the time added on at the end, I don't know where he got the extra 3 minutes from. I mean, the handball in the first half, I don't know if it was which Fulham player it was. I think it was Iwobi, wasn't it? I don't think that was handball just because of the rules in terms of the where it hits your arm. I think it's if it hits the sleeve, then it's not handball. Whether that rule is right or wrong, that's the rule. So when I saw it, I thought, there's no way that's going to be given. And I'm kind of fine with that not being given. As long as it's consistent, I'm kind of fine with that not being given. But the Fernandes thing, I thought Fernandes' first yellow was quite harsh as well. I think if you give the foul, you give the yellow because it was a Fulham break. But I thought it was just two players battling for it. I know Fernandes sort of was holding on to him a little bit, but it was, it was two players battling for each other for it. And I thought that was a little bit harsh. And then for the free kick on the edge of the box right near the end of the first half, the referee's actually managed to get it wrong twice in the same decision, because it clearly isn't a foul on the Fulham player. It's a foul on Fernandes. It's a West Ham free kick. That is the right decision. He kicks Fernandes. So he gets that wrong. But then if you give Fulham a free kick, then it is a second yellow and a red card. And obviously I'm glad it didn't happen, but I can't understand why he didn't give him a second yellow. It's right on the edge of the box. It's a shot on goal. It's a stonewall yellow if you think it's a foul, which it isn't. And I don't know. I know VAR are not supposed to, until next season, get involved in second yellows or get involved in that kind of stuff. I don't know if he just heard on his sort of communication system that I think maybe VAR said, look, you've got this one wrong. Because he sort of seemed like he was reaching for his cards. And I don't know if they just saw it quickly. Replays come up so quickly these days. And I don't know if they saw it and they said into his ear, you've got this one wrong, don't send him off. I don't know, that's maybe a bit controversial and maybe not what happened. But it just felt like once he gave the foul, he had to give him a second yellow. But all in all, it didn't cost us anything, which was good because it was a foul on Fernandes. So that was good. But then, in the second half, I just think the decisions continued from the referee. Just seeming like he just got everyone wrong. Real poor performance from the referee, I have to say. And while I'm on sort of other performances outside of the 22 players on the pitch, I thought the commentators from TNT Sports last night were bloody awful. Really, really bad. That commentator, the main commentator, again, I've not heard of him before, not heard him commentate on a game. I mean, we know Robbie Savage. I'm not a big fan of him either. But the commentator was talking, like he was building things up that just didn't need to be. And at the end, like Fulham, it was almost like he was willing Fulham to score. He kept, dwelling on, West Ham looking nervy. There's still plenty of time here for Fulham to get an equaliser. And I know that's generally things commentators say, but he was really trying to build it up. And even that free kick that Fernandes gave away right at the end of the first half, it clearly hit the West Ham player. I think it was Juve. I think it clearly hit his head. It couldn't have been more. It hit him on the bonds. And he was like, "Oh, where's that hit?" And he's just causing like panic and nerves from me. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I watch West Ham, I'm already on edge. I'm already nervous, and it just caused unnecessary panic. So I just wanted to mention that because I thought he was awful commentator. But as for the goal, real moment of quality, as I said before. Somerville, he's just been so good in recent weeks, recent months now. He's really turned around his form, which is really great to see. And we just need to wrap him in cotton wool because with Bowen, not really. It's just not clicking for Bowen, is it? I think Bowen is suffering from a fatigue problem. I think it's not working for him. I think he's actually, and this is weird to talk about Bowen like this because he was always the opposite. It always felt like Bowen was doing good things on the pitch and he was getting let down by everyone else. It almost feels like a few times, particularly in that first half when we'd have the decent move and we'd give the ball to Bowen and he'd lose it, and it was almost like, oh God, and it was just don't expect that from Bowen. But he works so hard, Bowen. He always works so hard, and that's what I love about him. He's always there to be counted. He always wants the ball as well. He will get through this spell. He will 100% get through this spell. He just needs a rest, and hopefully, if we can stay up, and we can keep hold of him, obviously the club's financing permitting, but if we can keep hold of him, hopefully he gets good rest in the summer because I don't think he's going to the World Cup, and he can come back firing next season. But he done really well for the Somerville goal, and that shimmy just to open the chance up, because I always feel like when a goalkeeper is out of his goal, the attacking player panics. It's almost like I need to get a shot off on goal here. I really need to get a shot off on goal. It's like just a panic. But he just calmed everything down, Somerville. He just calmed everything down, and he sees the player coming on towards his left, and he just shimmies it, and it's just brilliant. It's just an unbelievable little bit of skill. And even the finish, he makes that finish look easy, but with his weaker foot, just to curl that past the keeper, past the Fulham player, getting back on the goal line. And just a moment of real quality in a game that did definitely lack it. In terms of general performances, again, I think defensively we look solid. I think Manson, other than the drop at the end, had a good game. I think the centre halves, I think Todibo came in and did well. I think Desarce again continues to do well. I've been impressed with him. I thought Juve had a good game. Wan-Bissaka was all right. Wasn't amazing, but was all right. I think just other than Fernandes and Somerville, it didn't quite click for us going forward. Like I say, the shape probably contributes to that. Wilson just doesn't offer anything. He really doesn't offer anything unless it's in the box, and that's what I mean. He needs to start scoring goals, because it's like, what are you contributing? Like, at least occupy centre halves better. It just felt like the ball kept coming back in that first half, and at least Tati's got the mobility to run around and work hard, and that is what I love about Tati. He's a bit nasty. He absolutely runs his socks off every game. But Wilson, it doesn't feel like you're getting anything from him, unless it's a goal, and he's not scored for a while. So that probably contributed to just overall in an attacking sense it not quite working. But Fernandes was good. Again, I thought Fernandes played well. He managed the yellow card well, because obviously I was worried that, particularly after that foul at the edge of the box, that one more in the second half and he's gone. And he managed that well until he got substituted. And I think generally okay performances from everyone, but particularly the defence and goalkeeper. I thought they were pretty good and pretty solid. And we keep another clean sheet, which they've been few and far between this season, haven't they? In terms of the context for this season, though, I think, look, it's a massive 3 points. Forest getting the point is a real shame. But the pressure goes massively to Spurs tonight. Obviously, them seeing us win last night, them seeing Forest pick up a point at City, they will not be looking forward to this game. The fans, anyway, they will be very, very nervy. And Palace are a sort of team that can turn up. I know they've not been great recently, but they're the sort of team that can turn up and cause problems on the counter attack. So it's going to be an interesting game. I'm eager to see how it pans out. And I'd love a Palace win. Obviously, a point is not a bad result. And even if Spurs win, I don't want Spurs to win, but even if Spurs win, you've got the very small consolation that Palace are not pulling away from us, that Palace are still a little bit in the mix. I don't think Palace are going to go down, but if they lose tonight, then they're still in the question. So that's a small consolation. But let's hope it's either a draw or Palace get the win. And we'll go on after the FA Cup to a massive game against Man City, which now looks like a slightly friendlier, dare I say it, fixture. Look, you watch them turn up like the Harlem Globetrotters next weekend, but I think we'll obviously play our normal shape. We'll get in men behind the ball and trying to hit on the counter. And City are vulnerable. I've said this all season. I don't think they're going to win the league, and they're vulnerable. So we definitely shouldn't be fearful of going into that game. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts. Who was your man of the match? What was your player ratings? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one.